So, I always feel like I have so much to say, and then when I have uninterrupted time to do that, I feel like it's no longer urgent. I feel like I want to start keeping track of myself, because I think that will help me more accurately look back. For example, like starting now in the beginning of the year, I'll just feel the time passing in a more realistic way, because there'll just be something to show for it. I'm watching a black cat jump over my fence. I saw someone that I know talking about being left behind, and I think that I don't know exactly if that's real or not. Like, being left behind by what? Or like from what? Or because I kind of feel like whatever you were meant to do is just gonna happen. I think that you can be left behind. You can't be left behind, but I guess your potential could be. And I don't think that would happen to me, but I could see it happening on accident. But I also have a hard time believing that what you're meant to do isn't what you end up doing. That there's like some other life you quote unquote miss out on just because you were comfortable doing something else. Or maybe you weren't comfortable doing it that whole time, but you just stayed in it for some reason and thought maybe it would get comfortable eventually, or you'd settle into it more. The reason why talking about potential seems so stupid is because it's something that truly every single person on earth has. It kind of, like, I guess potential shouldn't really be a topic of conversation. Like, it should just matter what you actually want, which is always what you have the potential to achieve. Your own potential as like a reason to do something, I guess, is where it gets weird for me. Even though it's good to always see your potential, maybe. But outside of just knowing you have it, I don't think it's necessary. Straight, because I think I have a UTI. I also wanted to do this in videos because I find it really hard to just sit down and write something. But whenever I write something, I feel like I'm taking myself way too seriously almost. Because it feels like when you write something down, you're almost committing it to memory in a way. Some memory of some person or something. Whereas this, you just mute it. You could just delete it. It's not physical. I think a good way of keeping track of myself is just talking about things that have just happened, or like the month. I think something I'm looking forward to is there's gonna be some type of change in my life. Obviously there has been already, but it feels a bit more emotional. And I feel like there's like I have an anticipation. Sometimes the things that happen don't come true. Or, hello? Sometimes the things that I think are going to happen, truly, like, I believe in my soul they will happen, they don't come true. I think it's because, like, the feeling of something happening is just enough And the thing that happened is the feeling. Every time I think about the future, I feel like the future feels like Christmas Day or something, and I'm perpetually in Christmas Eve, which is a really amazing thing to feel in the middle of winter, like alone in Connecticut, and like don't really have that many friends that live here. So I'm grateful that I feel that way at all. I actually don't think I've ever felt that way about anything in my life at any given time, even when my life was supposedly on paper like better maybe than it is right now. I think I'm excited every day, which is crazy and really interesting and cool. Like I said, sometimes things never come of this very sure feeling that I have, and I used to think that that just meant that I was like not tapped in, or that I was just wrong and I couldn't really read myself or my feelings. I think I've accepted, I won't even say that out loud. I have not accepted that. I've been thinking a lot about trying, because I think the reason why the feeling that I have that's kind of marked this year for me so far, the reason that I have that feeling, it feels like it goes hand in hand with trying, more so in the sense of like allowing and truly getting to the bottom of what it is you want, that I want. And I realize that it's not enough to just say I want to be content. I don't think I'll ever be that. I couldn't even in my dreams, and like in a perfect, truly perfect world where I could have anything, satisfaction for me is just always more of a season instead of a baseline or a situation. And no matter what situation I'm in, the season always ends. And I haven't found a situation yet that has satisfied me that much. I think what's satisfying to me is just like change, which is, it's not even hard. It's just like, this has an ISO of 8. I didn't realize that. That's gonna be so annoying. Constantly changing a situation. I think it's how I feign investment in something. Because I think when I feel like I've gotten to the bottom of something, not something I feel like I need to figure out anymore. Or if it's a song that I feel like I can't actually sing and I know that from the jump, immediately I don't have any interest in it. I don't know if it works for me. I think I like working at something. Certain things. I think change can also, in its own, in certain contexts, can just mean newness. It's less about change instead of like not doing the same thing twice. Or maybe doing the same thing twice? I don't know. I think when I think about what I want to be, what type of person I want to be, where I live, wherever that may be, I think I'm just used to being someone who's constantly about to leave or just got there or something. And then once I feel like I've met a few people and I've walked around, I kind of feel good about that and then just want to change again. And I don't really know what you're supposed to do with that information about yourself. Because obviously you need money. And can't just like move everywhere, I guess. My friend told me yesterday that you should never stay at a job for the people. So you could say the same thing about everything, maybe then? She said, because you'll find people that you love everywhere, which is true. And you'll find things that you love everywhere, which is kind of really good and kind of really bad. I truly know that I could be happy anywhere. as long as I don't have to stay there for that long. If you could be happy anywhere and you'd be okay anywhere, then it makes it kind of hard to know where to go, because there's nothing pushing you there. It kind of just depends on where you want to go and what you want to do, which is kind of worse.